Welcome back to Fluency Goals. Today we are going to learn some advanced phrasal verbs. Now, if you're able to use advanced phrasal verbs in your language in everyday conversations, that is the ultimate hallmark of your fluency. Now, learning these phrasal verbs will not only enrich your language, but it will also allow you to convey subtle nuances, subtle meanings with accuracy, with precision. So let's quickly jump into the lesson and learn 15 advanced phrasal verbs. The first one here is weigh in on. Weigh in on. Say it as weigh in on. Weigh in on in connected speech. Now, to weigh in on something means that you are sharing your opinion, sharing your point of view in a discussion or a debate, especially when you are an expert in that field or the topic of discussion. Like a doctor sharing their opinion. So if you want to say that the doctor shared his opinion in a discussion or debate, we can say here that the doctor weighed in on the debate about the new vaccine. Or if you want to say that your dad always gives his advice, piece of advice, his opinion about your career choice, you can say, my dad always weighs in on my career choices. Can you tell me about some special topic or point of discussion where you always tend to weigh in on? The next is gloss over. Gloss over. Have you ever noticed that sometimes some people just quickly talk over about some topic and they don't give in much details about it, especially when they are trying to hide something, some special information, important information? Then you can say that they are just glossing over that topic or that point of discussion. The news reporters these days just gloss over the serious problems faced by the country. My boss glossed over the mistakes that I made in the report. That means he just quickly mentioned the mistakes without going into details. Next is hammer out. Hammer out. When you mull over something, when you think about something and discuss the thing for a long period of time, especially if you are to draft some contracts or you want to read some agreement. So there you are just trying to hammer out that agreement or that contract. So we can say that hammering out means that you are working hard to find a solution or an agreement over something. The union and the company hammered out the contract after weeks of negotiation. That means they have taken the time to make this contract, to reach an agreement over the contract terms after weeks of discussion. We need to hammer out the details of the trip before booking our flight. Lock horns. Lock horns. Now this is typically used with preposition with. Lock horns with. If you are locking horns with someone, that means you are getting into a serious argument or discussion over something with that person. The two politicians locked horns during the televised debate. My brother and I often lock horns over who gets to use the computer. Bow out. Bow out. Now, very interesting phrasal verb here. Remember, bowing is a sign of respect. When you bow in front of someone, you are showing respect. But bowing out here means that you are very respectfully stepping back from some responsibility, from some competition, or from some position. Let's use it in sentence. The injured player had to bow out of the game. My grandfather bowed out of the family business last year. So very respectfully, he just stepped out of the family business due to his retirement age. Map out. Map out. When you are mapping out something, that means you are going over every detail about that thing. You are planning each detail about that thing if you are mapping it out. To map out means to plan something in detail. The team mapped out the strategy to win the championship. Let's map out our route for the road trip. The next is shoot down. Shoot down. Now this shoot down doesn't literally mean to shoot something. Here we are talking about shooting down an idea or a suggestion. When you shoot down some idea or suggestion, that means you are outright saying no to it. You are just rejecting it straightforward. Let's use it in a sentence. My boss shot down my idea of the new marketing strategy. Can you cite any example here where your partner or your parent shot down any idea of yours? Clamp down on. Clamp down on. To clamp down on something means to start controlling something strictly and to become more controlled about managing that thing. So when you become stricter about something, you are clamping down on that thing. Let's use it in a sentence. The school clamped down on students using cell phones in class. The police is clamping down on speeding in the city. Play down. Play down. Now this is a very interesting phrasal verb here. Just the use of down here has completely altered the meaning of play here. To play down here means you are trying to make something seem less important or less serious than it really is. So if you are trying to hide the importance of something, then you are playing down on that thing. The politicians are playing down the seriousness of air pollution in Delhi these days. My friend tried to play down the injury, but I knew it was serious. If some friend is just saying, no, it's nothing happened, it's not a serious injury, that means they are just playing down the injury. Spin off. Spin off. So when something is already existing and you try to create something new out of that, like there are many television series where it is already existing and then just based on one character there is another series that pops out of it, then it is called spinning off a new series out of that existing old one. Like take for example here a very popular series Breaking Bad. It spun off a whole new series Better Call Saul from the character of Saul in the series Breaking Bad. Similarly, we can say that the popular drama Big Bang Theory spun off a new series Young Sheldon that explores the childhood of the genius Sheldon. Can you remember any other series that spun off from an existing one? Comment below and let me know. Let's try to use this phrasal verb in a corporate setting. The company spun off a new sales division to focus on online sales. The next is pitch in. Pitch in. So to pitch in means that you are trying to contribute to something with your time, with your effort or your money. So if you are helping with something by contributing, then you are pitching in. Everyone pitched in to help clean up the park after the carnival. Let's all pitch in and buy our boss a birthday present. Next is step in. Step in. When you get involved in something to help resolve it, to help resolve some issue or deal with it, then you are stepping in there. Like parents who often have to step in to stop the sibling fights. Or the teacher stepped in to stop the fight between the two students. Next one here is settle on. Settle on. When you settle on something, it means that finally you have taken your decision after considering all your options. You are deciding on one thing. So to choose something after careful consideration of all the options is called settling on that thing. The couple finally settled on a date for their wedding. After trying several restaurants, we finally settled on the Italian one. Swear by. Swear by. If you believe that something is genuinely good and effective and you have strong belief in that thing and you are very confident about it, then you can swear by it. Grandmothers, they often swear by the homemade concoctions to treat the cold. I swear by this brand of coffee. It's the best. So what is it that you will swear by for? Tell me in the comment box. The last one is stand down. stand down. When you put a stop to the position of power or authority over something and you stop being in charge of that thing, then you are standing down from that position or that authority. Let's learn its usage in sentences. The editor decided to stand down from his position. The mayor stood down after the election scandal. That means the mayor gave up his position after the election scandal. So that was all for today's lesson. I hope that you'll use these phrasal verbs in your active vocabulary and you'll practice them enough. If you like this lesson, then please hit that like button there. It'll help the algorithm recommend the video lectures of this channel to you in future. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, then please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next week with another lesson. Till then, happy learning.